Welcome to the Weekly Dose of Stars. I'm your host, Graham Breitenstein, a professional dancer and movement coach for icons like, Idina Menzel, Lady Gaga, Meghan Trainor, just to name a few, turned professional astrologer, certified oracle card reader, and founder of Drunk Astrology. Each week on this podcast, I'm breaking down the astrological transits that need to be on your radar so you know exactly what energy to tap into and what opportunities to take advantage of in order to achieve your biggest goals, your juiciest manifestations, all while consciously co-creating your life with Team Uni. That's my affectionate pet name for the universe. So get ready. You're about to align your actions, dreams, and biggest manifestations with this week's Dose of Stars. Hello and welcome to a brand new week, Astro Lovers. We are talking about April 13th through the 19th, 2026. And let me tell you, this is a busy ass week in the cosmos. Almost every single day features major aspects. So we are, of course, going to condense things down today, but just know in the Daily Dose of Stars, we will be breaking it down day by day. One of the things that we have going on this week and is actually going to be our focus today is the Aries New Moon, which takes place on Friday, April 17th, and it's what your boy here considers the real astrological new year. The spring equinox, first day of Aries season is what is known as the astrological new year because the sun enters the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, which really does signal new beginnings, renewal. And although that's great, I personally don't believe that we can leave the moon out of the equation, because if we are going to tell the world at large that they have the opportunity in Aries season to start anew, to leave behind all that they are ready to leave behind and to manifest big, epic shit for themselves, then we can't just look at the sun. That's only one half of our luminaries. Why not look at the new moon when the sun and the moon align in the first sign of the zodiac, shake hands, and give you the opportunity to create a conscious contract at the most auspicious time to manifest your dreams, to make them something tangible and real, an experience that you're actually going to have. And because you all know that your boy here is a full-time moon phase manifester, hence the name of my big program, I will update you. I waited to film this episode until I was on the other side of my first ever professional swim meet because I wanted to be able to tell you all about it. And it is a direct result of moon phase manifesting and following my method, especially my eclipse manifesting method. And it all started last year. While teaching my moon phase manifester eclipse training in the month of March, I tracked my Virgo Pisces eclipse story and realized that the chapter I was currently in was directly connected to my teenage dream of being Michael Phelps Jr., being a professional swimmer, and having a lot of trauma around why I couldn't fulfill those dreams. And so when you track your story, I ask a number of leading questions so that you don't just track it. You actually start re-scripting the story. And so in my rescripting of the story, I was like, well, how do you compete as a professional swimmer as an adult? Do I have to be 17 all over again? I think not. And so a series of Google searches, Google mapping led me to the team that I am currently on now, but couldn't join until the second set of eclipses last year in August, September. And I have been training ever since September of 2025. And here in the eclipse hangover, right? Because January and April do still count as eclipses. Even though February and March was the period of time that was most intense, January and April are those eclipse hangover months. And here, the day of the day two. Today, at the time of this filming, I'm filming just after day 2 of my swim meet. Your boy came home with 4 medals: a first place, a second place, a 7th place overall, and an 8th place overall for my first ever swim meet, rescripting my Virgo Pisces eclipse story after having tracked it a year ago and consciously and intentionally re-scripting the storyline here at 39 and 40 years old. So if you take anything away from that, I want you to know that moon phase manifesting is not just some kind of buzzword. Manifesting the way I do it, the way I teach it in the Moon Phase Manifestor program is very intentional, very, very strategic, because you are making moves and doing a number of very, very intentional exercises around the things you want so that they become your lived reality, simpler, easily, and better than you imagine. I cannot tell you how fulfilling, and I definitely had a good cry about it on my way to day 2 of the swim meet today, which is the day of this recording, because the first day of the swim meet, I was just in it. And I did a race on my own, and I did 2 relays with my team. And one of the things that one of my team members said to me, he was the other guy in one of our relay races, and he came up to me and said, I have been on this swim team for 10 years. And he's, I believe, 51. So that means he joined around the same age that I did, right? I was 39 and now I'm 40. He joined somewhere around 40, 41. And he said in the 10 years that he has been on this team, that he has always been alone at these swim meets because no one ever showed up, because most of the people on my team do ocean competing and not in the pool. And he said it wasn't until you came around that people started signing up. And so he said if there was ever another event that I wanted to do, that I could text him and he would automatically be in. And the other one of the women on our relay was the head coach of my team. And then the other woman that was with us, she came up to me before she left and said, "This was the greatest experience. Text me anytime you want to do a meet, and I will absolutely do a relay with you." So this goes to show you that, and that's like one of the main reasons why I was crying this morning, was like, one, teenage Graham has just been leaping for friggin' joy all weekend, like getting a little bit of sun on my skin, swimming with all of these like epic swimmers. Like, I can't even tell you how like just like oogly eyed I was all weekend. Like, oh my God, they're so good. And oh my God, wow, this is reality. Like, whoa. Having a super supportive team, having a super supportive friend group. So many friends showed up early, because boy, swimmers love to do things early. I still haven't got acclimated to that. But the just the fanfare that my friends brought, and the joy they brought to me, the joy they brought to my team, it was just a magical weekend, and it would not have happened if I didn't create the Moon Phase Manifester, if I didn't share this freaking method that I've been sharing for over a year now in that program. It wouldn't have happened. So I highly implore you to, if you happen to be thinking that manifestation is just a buzzword, or if you think it is just one of those things that, like, I don't know, some other person has ruined for you, I want you to know that that's not what we do over here. We are about tangible results, and we're about getting them easy, simply, and better than you imagined, because I couldn't have imagined the feeling that I had all weekend long, even though I was tired, even though I was exhausted, even though I got a little bit of a sunburn. I'm skincare poppy. I didn't like that. I was like, now wait a minute. I shouldn't be having these I shouldn't be having this sunburn. But all that to say, it was an magical and an unreal experience. And every single one of us, you, me, the people that we love, deserve to have those kinds of experiences. So this week, with the Aries New Moon / the real astrological new year, you have an opportunity to turn the dial, to leave behind anything over the last year that you are ready to dump, to shed, to toss out, to put in the trash, and to really start anew. And that is actually the focus of today's episode. Fully the Aries New Moon, fully this opportunity to drop in, dial in, plant seeds of manifestation, and move forward with the full support of the cosmos. And I've got something special for you. I have readings for all 12 signs. And on the other side of that, we will, of course, talk about Monday, April 13th's daily astrology, just like we do in the Daily Dose of Stars. And we will end this episode with a special announcement about the Drunk Astrology podcast. So without further ado, we are going to do a little sign-by-sign moment. And because we're talking about Aries, we are, of course, going to start with Aries, and we're, of course, going to continue with the fire signs. Then we'll go earth, air, water, and then we'll just keep moving. Now, these readings are really centered around where this portal of new opportunity lives for your sign. Now, here's the deal. There is nothing, you can't get more detailed about this than really working with your own chart. And when you know the area of your chart, when you understand if there's any major points, major planets, or any aspects that this new moon activates, then that's when you really unlock the full potential of this new moon. And here's the thing I'm going to say. Getting a birth chart reading is great, but let me tell you something that is actually like fire.com when it comes to this. The only space I teach how to to decode your birth chart and to break it down in layers so that it is more than digestible. It stops sounding like astro jargon and more like, oh yeah, this is just my vernacular now. This is just like the way I talk. Like Mercury's conjunct my ascendant in the first house. Like, duh. Okay? The only space that I teach that is at the Raise Your Vibe retreat. And we are currently in the last turning the page, 2.5 weeks, where registration is as low as it's going to be. Because at the end of April, the price goes up $300. Okay? So, and this won't be the only time the price goes up, just so you know. So you've got 2.5 weeks to secure your spot at the Raise Your Vibe retreat. Come learn in the Outer Banks, North Carolina, September 30th through October 4th. this year, come learn how to decode your chart so that when you walk away from the retreat, you have a system, a full on blueprint of how you work, how your timing works, so that when you hear things like, oh, Aries New Moon, 27 degrees, 29 minutes of Aries, like you go right to your chart and go like, oh, okay, cool. That's actually conjunct my Chiron in the 8th house. Oh, okay. So that means X, Y, Z. All right. You're going to have a full blown system. And it's great because at the retreat, it is separated by day. So you're never inundated with like, just, yeah, here, astro words, astro words, astro words. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's not raising anybody's vibes. So just know the retreat is very intentionally designed, and it is specifically designed for you to walk away with a full-blown system, a full-blown blueprint of your birth chart, so you can stop guessing and really start like basically understanding like your own horoscopes. You don't have to read anybody's like general ass and now AI generated horoscopes. You can be like, oh, great. Moon's in my 6th house for the next 2.5 days. I'm going to get organized. I'm going to make any appointments I've been lagging on. And I'm going to do some like tidying up around the house. Cool. Done. Don't have to think about that anymore. Okay. So that being said, these Aries New Moon / real astrological New Year readings, let's freaking go. The Aries New Moon takes place at 4:52 a.m. Pacific on Friday, April 17th, and it is at 27 degrees and 29 minutes of Aries. Well, starting with Aries, baby, this new moon is your wake-up call. This is your big, big, big opportunity to start totally fresh, to say, how do I want to look? How do I want to appear to my peers, to my coworkers, to my partners, to my friends, to my family? What's my image doing? What identities am I leaving behind? And what identities do I want to step into, level up to, become? Who do I want to become in this next year? Right? 'Tis the freaking season. It's yo season. And let me tell you, if you've got a birthday on the 17th, oh my God, you are in for a year. So Aries, don't be shy. Think about how you want to present yourself. Is it time for like a new look? Is it time for a new skincare routine? Is it time for a new haircut? Like what? Glow up season is yours as long as you intentionally co-create it with the universe. Leos, this new moon is all about where you want to go and how you want to grow. Travel is huge for the Leos, so make sure that you are putting things on the agenda or just simply prioritizing making those kinds of plans. All right, so I really want you to think over the next 12 months, like, where do I want to go? And beyond that, at a deeper level, how do you want to grow? How do you want to expand your mind and broaden your horizons over this next year? This is the perfect time to say, like, what's been holding me back? Where have I been playing small? You're not a small sign, Leo. You are meant to shine bright and live big. So this is your opportunity to say, like, you know what? I've been playing small in my personal life, like work life. I got it. I'm that bitch. But personally, I'm not really like feeling my fierce lioness self. Who do you need to align with in order to expand, in order to manifest big in like a very real way? So Leo's definitely not time to stunt your light or dim your shine. Absolutely not. You have a peak opportunity this week with this new moon in the 9th house to expand your mind, broaden your horizons, go farther than you've ever gone before, to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. But you've got to be willing to acknowledge what needs to go, what's been standing in your way, what's been distracting you even. Time to like dump that all week long and then enter this new moon feeling fresh, free, and with the ultimate capacity to go big and not go home. Just go big. Sagittarius, love, 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 love. This is a season of renewal for you on the love front. Romance, bring it back. Let's bring back sexy romance, shall we, Sagittarius? This is your opportunity to make love exciting, and to really own what you need, to really own, like, you know what? Like, I'm tired of not saying, like, I mean, it's surprising whenever you meet a Sag that's not like very forthcoming about their wants, needs, and desires, but that's the way, the human cookie crumbles, right? Sometimes we don't embody like that which our signs suggest. And Sagittarius, if you've been playing small when it comes to love, or if you're ready to step into or level up your love life, your love game, baby, this new moon says, tell me all about it. Tell me who you want. Tell me what you want. And don't be shy at all. Own, if you've got some like kinky kinks and some quanky quanks, own it, Sag. Own it. Let the universe know so it can send you the right aligned person. Okay, or experience, right? Maybe love for you is less about a person and it's more about an experience. Let that be crystal clear as you move. And just like I told your other fire sign comrades, as long as you're willing to acknowledge what has been standing in the way, what has blocked you, what has distracted you. Have you been too overly focused on pleasing someone else, or not coming off too opinionated, too loud, too much? You got to dump that. You got to dump that in order to really like step into this new moon portal ready to go. Earth signs, let's move it on down to you. Now, this is a really great new moon for you, Earth signs, and my hand is up as a Virgo. This is a great like renewal energy. This is a really great time to, you're a little bit more in your feelings than normal, especially because this new moon is not just the sun and the moon. It's all the other planets, because earlier in the week, Mercury enters Aries, Mars just got there, Saturn and Neptune are there. This is a lot of influence. So Earth signs, like if you're more in your feels, don't be surprised. It's just the way the astro cookie's crumbling. But that will soon change when the sun enters Taurus at the end of this week. But speaking of Taurus, this Aries new moon is really about releasing, recovering, letting go, ending any kind of periods of self-sabotage, anywhere where you have been holding on with such a tight grip. This new moon says time to unclench your fist and simply allow. And not just allow, but allow with faith and trust that the universe, your spirit guides, your team has got you. Your best interest is always at your highest potential. Your team is never going to let you down, even when you have experiences that just challenge you and really challenge that fixed nature. This new moon says renewal comes with the cost of letting go. And the more you're willing to let go, the more you will receive. So Taurus, I just want you to really like lean in and embody that message. Do less, receive more. Cleanse yourself of any self-sabotaging patterns. Rid yourself of any toxic just dynamics, relationships. Get rid of that. Anything where you feel like, oh God, I just like different, let's just say, let's not give it a picture. Let's just say same outcome, different scenarios. Wherever you're on the hamster wheel with that concept, I really want you to be intentional about really looking at those repeated patterns, looking at those loops, acknowledging those patterns, and do a beautiful cleansing ritual to get yourself clean of that by the time the new moon hits. Virgos, it is all about renewal around your investments of money, investments of time, and investments of energy and resources. Where are you putting the money? Where are you putting your time? where your investments go, that's where results will follow. So, Virgo, if you're over there saying like this one, like this is to this and that is to that, and this person just like not right. And if you're over there in Virgo complaining mode, well, guess what? You're gonna receive more results that align with what you're complaining about, because that's the way the freaking universe works. It's a comedian up there. Okay. So Virgos, I really want you to acknowledge where you have hidden fears or jealousies or envies or shame or guilt. And I really want you to do your best to pinpoint where that's coming from. And I want you to also cleanse yourself of that, just like the Tauruses are going to do. All right. Peak week for you to just shed, to release, to let go, to make taking a bath a ritual. I have a great ritual for that I share and have shared in the Moon Phase Manifestor program. But there's you can turn anything into a ritual. In Virgo, I really want you to be intentional about your releasing rituals, your letting go rituals, unclenching your grip, really acknowledging where you have any kind of patterns that need to be released or let go, or any attachments that are more like leeches, whether you to them or them to you, up to your circumstances, but to really acknowledge where that is and then cut the cord. Then Capricorns, the home front is where all the newness begins. All right. So maybe have to shed quite a bit in order for you to access this new portal. But I really want you to be really intentional about your space. Under this new moon and astrological new year, your space is the hub of all things that you receive. So I want you to be very, very intentional around what's happening at home, any areas that need refreshing, any areas that are just collecting cobwebs, if they're dead zones. I really want you to be intentional about how your home operates. Is it aligned with what you aesthetically want? Does it have a flow that you want? Does it speak to who you are when you open the door? Your home, your living environment, even your work environment, if you have your own office or if you work from home, speaks volumes about who you are. It's how you present yourself to people who just walk in. What does it say about you? Be really intentional around the home. Air signs, let's get to it. So in essence, everything's about relationships for Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius. Gemini, it's about your wider network. It's about long distance communication. All right. You have a great opportunity at this Aries new moon to really reconnect with anyone from overseas, or that is the kind of a more global energy here. So global connections, using social media or growing your social media, growing your newsletter list, growing just a lot of growth energy. Your hopes and dreams are a big thing here with this new moon, because the 11th house is it's not the only house, but it's one of the houses of manifestation. So really how you think and where you share, where you exchange ideas, where you brainstorm, where you future project even. There's a lot of good energy around that, around your friend circles, around your community spaces, your membership spaces. This is a peak time, if you're a Gemini, to really be present, to really be vocal in spaces, or in your business or in your life with your friends, with your groups. Even a meta way of working with this Aries new moon, would be doing something like a friend trip, right? A friend trip overseas, or going somewhere to reconnect with your people, with your tribe that supports your vibe. There's even some giving back energy here. So if you have any kind of donations you want to make, if you have any kind of, giving back that you want to do, this could be an online fundraiser even, or just Habitat for Humanity and like helping, people like build houses, right? There's all kinds of things that you could do there, but like those are just some lift off points. But your renewal, your new year, new you energy is centered around your connections, your friends, your circle of friends, and like long distance. Okay. So just think like big here. This is not a small zone. This is not a local zone. That's actually saved for the Aquarians. Libras, this is really about your like interpersonal relationship dynamics. This new moon just gives you a big breath of fresh air when it comes to your partnerships, romantic, platonic, familial, professional, etc. They all can get a lovely dose of renewal centered around your communication and centered around your willingness to negotiate, to compromise, to reimagine, to like reconnect even. But relationships are the core of your renewal under this new moon. And Aquarians, like I said, your local spaces, your local environment, your best friends, your inner network, your siblings, your found family, even. Aquarians, if there's any of you that have any desire to move, this new moon brings great energy around a move, so just be mindful. Keep your eye out. Drive to neighborhoods you've never been to before. Do some like stakeouts, right? I used to do that. Anytime I would move, I'd find a place that I really liked, and then like I would go visit during the morning to see what it was like. Then I would come back at night to see what it was like. And then like my last ditch effort would be to like come in the middle of the day and just kind of see like, is the street, what's the street noise like? When are the trash trucks going to show up, and are they going to be like blasting outside my window? So if you're an Aquarius and you're looking to move, like the action and the renewal, the new year, new you is happening close to you. Okay. So like, if you've been like putting off like joining a gym, this would be like, oh, okay, here's the time to like join the gym, to form the contract, make the deal, make the agreement. There's a really good kind of like exchange of services with this new moon in your third house. So just like take advantage, be really present, be active in your local environment, check out new areas, check out new coffee shops, check out new vintage shops. Like the action is outside. And there's also this deeper message of using your voice, exchanging ideas, not getting locked in your head. Okay. So Aquarians, we want to get you out into the world. We want you like really speaking up. We want you sharing your ideas. We want to do group thinks and brainstorms with you, because when you do, you activate this energy and more will flow to you. Last but not least, we got the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Work, baby. This is your sweet sauce. This new year, new me energy for Cancers. It's all in how you want to be remembered. Your legacy work, success and recognition and accolades are all over this for you. So get ready. Whatever like big career moves you want to make, this new moon and new year energy is all yours. Scorpios, it's in the day-to-day. The magic is in your day-to-day. So if you don't have like healthy habits, and if you're not locked into routines and habits that really support you, this new moon gives you a breath of fresh air all around your day-to-day rhythm and flow. Lock yourself into some kind of regimen. And maybe if it's not, if one routine, I mean, you're fixed water, so you probably like the consistency, but if you kind of like mellow out after you've got a routine, this is a peak time to have multiple styles or multiple variations of your day-to-day rhythm, right? There's the ideal version, there's the like bootleg version, and then there's the in-between version. But at the core of this is well-rounded wellness. All right. So your health is up mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. If you're not locked into some kind of spiritual practice, highly suggest that you Scorpios with this new moon, you tap into your spiritual bag and you find a practice that supports you. Maybe it's pulling an oracle card. Maybe it's pulling a tarot card. Maybe it's meditating. Maybe it's buying a pendulum. Maybe it's getting a new crystal. I got this beautiful like Phoenix stone, I think it was what it was called. And it's on my desk in front of me, and oh my gosh, it's just so good. It has a lot of powerful energy to it, and I love it. So just think about your health overall, Scorpio. This is a great renewal time for your health, as long as you're willing to take the actions, as long as you're willing to make the routines, set them, and lock into them. Last but not least, Pisces, it's about the money you make. This new moon is great as a portal for opportunities to work and make that money, right? So this is a great time to really evaluate like your worth from a financial front, and on the relationship front to really define your worth on the emotional front, right? Like how much value do you bring into your relationships across the board? This is a great conversation, a two-way conversation between you and the universe at this new moon to really say, like, you know what, I want to bring more value to my relationships, or you know what, like, I'm not really currently feeling valued in my relationships, and I want to address that. Right? So this is a very practical house. This is a very practical energy. Yes, you can generate more money. Yes, you can generate more work. Yes, you can redefine your rates. You can also like redefine your emotional rate, right? Like to say like, you know what, I'm going to set a new standard for myself. This is peak season for you to redefine your standards, and not to just like do them within yourself and to do them with your friends, but to actually go out and into your dynamics, into any relationships where you don't feel valued. You really lead with, you know, like, I understand how much I bring to this dynamic. And because I know my worth inside this, like, I really want XYZ to change or to shift. Okay? Don't be afraid of it. It's your new year. It's what you do with it. Okay? So, that being said, those are the Aries New Moon astrological New Year readings. I hope you got something out of that you can take with you and actually apply so that you get some real manifestation results. If not, think about Moon Phase Manifester, because that's where all the shit goes down. We just had one of my Moon Phase Manifester clients manifest her way into a TEDx speaker. Okay, so literally in June, one of our Moon Phase Manifestors will be on the TEDx stage talking about astrology of all things. Wouldn't you know it? So that being said, let's get to Monday. Moon Phase Manifestors, the vibe when it comes to peak manifestation that actually works, not just the buzzword. And Monday, April 13th, here we go. Let's deep dive. Moon is in Aquarius but goes void at 12:42 a.m. with a square to Uranus. Everything that I've just shared in this damn episode is literally all of that. It's a call to community and connection and friendship. So over the weekend, peak like community connection vibes. And I was in my swim meet all weekend. Thank you very much. Moon is void until 1:55 a.m. Pacific when it enters Pisces. So for the next 2.5 days, the Pisces moon says it's time to rest. It's time to recover. It's time to release your grip. It's time to like just go with the flow. Be easy. No need to overexert. The moon's not making any connections today, Monday, April 13th. So just like chill, baby, chill. Get creative, get woo-woo, get spiritual, go on a spiritual journey, take a spiritual trip, you know, whatever that means to you. Like, Pisces moon is great for it. And we also have a lovely aspect with a Venus-Jupiter sextile at 1:21 a.m. Pacific. And that is about exciting growth, exciting expansion. That is also like a great exchange of money towards travel, money towards expanding your mind, a course, a program, all over that. Venus and Jupiter are what are known as the benefic planets, so beneficial. So wherever your money goes, growth goes. Wherever your desire goes, growth goes. Wherever your relationships, wherever balance and harmony go, that's where growth goes. Okay, so just like think about that as you move towards through your Monday. Okay, and all right, your bad bitch affirmation is your life, your fucking masterpiece. Don't ever hand the paintbrush of your life to anyone else and embrace the messiness that comes along with creating yourself. Love every stroke on your canvas of life. It is a masterpiece that only you can create. I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Now, I know I said I had a special announcement. This has run way longer than I thought it would, so if you're still here, baby, count yourself lucky. Because guess what? The Drunk Astrology podcast is officially switching its intentions. If you happen to be someone who really likes the way that you get your daily information and you are not yet a subscriber to the Daily Dose of Stars on Telegram, $12 a month. It's the best $12 you'll ever spend in your life because you will get daily astro updates about the energy and about the opportunities and about how to maximize on those opportunities. And I say that because this will be the last time the Monday episodes look and sound like this, because we are officially changing over from the weekly dose of stars and into the Drunk Astrology podcast. Simply the Drunk Astrology podcast, and you are going to love what it looks like moving forward, because just like you got Aries New Moon readings today and for this week, well, we're going to be doing that and a whole lot more on the Drunk Astrology podcast. So enjoy your time with the weekly dose of stars. But if you have been someone who's been listening and not subscribing to the daily doses, this will be your chance. Because moving forward, you won't be getting any daily information here in the weekly podcast. If you're already in the daily doses right now, you don't have anything to worry about. Nothing's changing for you. But the podcast itself is going to have a whole new cadence. It's going to have a whole new intention around aligning you with some of my methods, like my Mercury retrograde method, my eclipse manifesting method, readings for all signs when we have things like new moons and full moons, when outer planets like Uranus does next week changes into a new sign. We're going to do episodes about Saturn and Neptune in Aries. We are going to talk about all of the shit that you're going to want to know and what it means for you. So I'm excited to start a whole new era. It will, of course, align with the new moon. Duh. And I can't wait for you to plug in, because you're not going to get that kind of information anywhere else. So sayonara, see what I'm doing here? Letting something go, new moon in my 8th house. Letting something go, goodbye, weekly dose of stars. And the next time you see me in the podcast world, you will officially be listening to the Drunk Astrology podcast. That's it for me. Have a great freaking week. Happy, real astrological new year. Moon phase manifestors, I will see you with a beautiful, beautiful ceremony and ritual that we will be doing together. Raise your vibe retreat. Don't forget, price goes up in 2.5 weeks. And that's it. All right. So sending a lot of love from a very decorated professional swimmer now. I'll see you on the flip. Bye. Astro Lover, did you love this week's astro forecast? Well, just wait until you're inside the daily dose of stars. Right now, you're waking up and feeling pulled in a million directions. You're buzzing with anxiety about your new meeting. You're doom scrolling for 30 minutes before you even leave the bed. You're overwhelmed by news headlines, decisions about deadlines at work, and constantly distracted, which, of course, leaves you feeling off, unmotivated, and stuck in a loop of doing a million things but getting nowhere. My friend, this is because you haven't checked the daily energetic weather report. Riddle me this. Would you ever take a trip to Europe or go camping without checking the actual weather? Hell no. So why are you going through life without checking the energy for the day ahead? The Daily Dose of Stars gives you bite-sized astrological guidance every single morning, so you know exactly what energy you're working with, exactly what to avoid, and what moves to make in order to activate the opportunities that are available for you to seize. So no more guessing. No more chaos. No more feeling pulled in a million directions and saying, what the hell is in the air right now? You'll know exactly what's in the air. And you'll also know exactly what the actual F to do with it every friggin' day. So when you're ready to start co-creating your best life with the universal energy in real time, hop inside the Daily Dose of Stars. The link to subscribe is in the show notes below. Simply scroll down and tap the link. I'll see you there.